We are at the Manchester Palace Theatre. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Ashley Gilmour and I play Chris.
Hey, I'm Ryan Gorman and I play John.
So, the first game is called The Heat Is On. And it's basically quick fire questions.
Right.
Fish or chips?
Chips.
Fish.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs.
Snow or sun?
Snow.
Sweet or sour?
Sweet.
Game of Thrones or Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Instagram or Twitter?
Twitter.
Finally, Chris or John?
John.
Go.
Right, so it's a pretty epic musical and it's set in the Vietnam War. It's based on Madame Butterfly. So it's set in the Vietnam War and it tells the story of kind of the last 2 weeks of the Vietnam War when all the American soldiers were leaving. And within that there's, you know, this beautiful love story, stories of friendship, stories of survival. And I play Chris, who's an American GI, and he's kind of done with the war. He's kind of ready to go home and try and start a new life, and he meets this Vietnamese girl called Kim, and they fall in love and they go on this journey for 2 weeks, and yeah, and then he has to leave, fortunately.
Yeah, the first time the audience kind of sees my character, John, who is also an American GI, he's a captain, Chris's best friend, he is actually buying that Vietnamese girl. He's paying money for her to spend the night with Chris. At this point, John's not your normal matchmaker. He wasn't planning on the two of them falling in love.
No.
But they do. Yeah. In the second half, you see I work for an aid organisation, looking after the Bui Doi, which are the children which have American fathers and Vietnamese mothers. And yeah, you see the story unfold. As Ashley said, there's some really, really like strong themes throughout the show. And yeah, it's also coupled with the most amazing music.
Yeah, the music.
And the most amazing orchestrations as well.
Yeah.
That, like, yeah.
We talked about that yesterday, weren't we, during the show? They're incredible, really, really beautiful.
We were literally talking about this to two of us
Yeah.
yesterday
Yeah.
while the show was on.
Yeah.
And I said that the two things, for me personally, that of this amazing show is the orchestrations and the lighting.
Yeah, the lighting's stunning.
I think the lighting, you know, the worlds that the lighting helped create from scene to scene are just absolutely out of this world, I really think so.
It must have been amazing when you first sung it with the orchestra.
Oh, well, it was an amazing day.
We
We
were
were in Leicester, weren't we?
yeah.
And
The
it's
Leicester
called
Club.
the Sitz Probe, so we all kind of sit down together and it's the first time we hear the orchestra and everyone's there, you know, everyone's, all of the creatives and...
The writers were there, Claude Michel.
Yeah, Claude Michel, and it's probably one of my favourite days of like the whole...
Of any job.
Yeah.
Especially this one though.
Yeah.
You know, we had our, forgive me, I'm not quite sure the number of, in our orchestra, we've got about 17 maybe.
Yeah.
You know, all those musicians that we met for the first time and hearing them so close to you, it just makes your hair stand up on end. It's amazing.
The show is very emotional.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, do you distance yourselves from the characters, or if not, how do you try and relax after and kind of like get away from the sadness and emotion of it?
I think it's quite important to sort of distance yourself from the character. I think like when you leave the building, you kind of have to leave your character and the show there. But yeah, I mean, we both got quite demanding roles, so we've got to look after ourselves. So, you know, going home and watching some Netflix, I suppose. A cup of tea.
Classic.
You could ask 10 different actors and you get 10 completely different answers, but I'm totally in agreement with Ash. I like to leave my work at work and, you know, try not to, if anything that is emotional, try not to recall anything that's personal to me, so then, because then I find I'm more in the moment with the character and I let my characterization and the music help me in those emotional scenes. But yeah, just going to the gym, doing something completely musical theatre related helps kind of wind down. It's a weird concept because, you know, we're asked to do the same thing 8 times a week, and that's not normal for us as like humans. We're not meant to do the exact same thing. And although it changes night to night, whether that means there's covers going on or a different audience or a slightly different tempo in the music, which will in itself make it a living, breathing, changing thing. And that's what keeps it fresh for us.
Yeah. Cameron's shows are always like that. I feel like the creative team give you sort of the space to change it every night and kind of keep it fresh and different and try new things. which is really nice.
Yeah, I mean it's a gift for an actor.
Yeah,
really, isn't it?
Yes.
We Doy and Why God Why. If I was a man, they are like the songs I'd want to sing. Like, you know when they're just like a tune, but they're obviously also hard to sing. So how do you keep your voices healthy?
By drinking all the water on the planet, basically. There you go.
Wow, that's a beast.
It's kind of the most important things, like
yeah.
water and rest and a good warm up.
Do you have any secret remedies if you get cold?
Secret remedies. Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Just gargling salt water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And steaming. Like
Steaming.
vocal steam always helps. Not too close to you singing.
If you could go back to any era, where would you go to and why?
Any era. I'd like to go back to maybe the 60s. The swinging 60s sound good. Maybe to be a bit of a hippie.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just leave all my technology behind.
Yeah.
I was saying this before, I'm a bit like my iPad and my phone, and I'm just always emailing
I've got a lot
or
of technology as well.
you have got
Cameras and drone.
And I feel like going back to a time when there was none of that. Basically, not answering your question, I want to go live on a desert island. And just,
Yes,
and just,
yes,
and
yes.
just
Yeah.
leave it
That's
all
what I was
behind.
going to say, like sort of maybe medieval times or something
Yeah.
like that. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, that might be a bit too much.
If you're lucky enough to be like a knight or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you know,
That'd
a
be
nice
pretty cool.
castle.
Yeah. I've always said my dream would be to live on a desert island where you can like invite your friends,
Yeah.
but then once they start annoying you, they're just gone.
Yeah.
Put them back
So
on
I'll be
their
like, okay, bye. Yeah. So you both went to Arts Ed.
We did, yeah.
And what's your best piece of advice you learned there?
Probably, this is quite a simple one, but it's something that's definitely instilled would be my like punctuality. That was a big thing there, you know, always. Yeah. And it's something I've taken with me into my professional and personal life, and I always like to be on time for things. You know, they always used to say that get the train before the train, you know, so you're always there in good time. That's something that...
Yeah, I suppose discipline like was something that's like really heavily concentrated on at Arts Ed. It's so important. It's so important for our careers. Like it's based, a lot of our, you know, career is based on reputation. So if you've got a good reputation, then people are going to carry on.
To put it simply, if you're 15 minutes late for a rehearsal, you know, you're not only if I'm rehearsing with Ash, not only am I making him 15 minutes late. The director, your stage manager, your lighting, your sound, everyone else has managed to get there.
That's the thing, that a show is not. There's so many people that you don't actually see. You know, you only see the actors on the stage, but there's maybe 100 people that tour with this show. And they're all just as important as each other. It wouldn't run without you know any single one of them. So yeah, punctuality, discipline,
be on time.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely, teamwork.
Can you both tell me a fun fact about yourselves that someone won't know? Or may not know.
I am one of 7 boys.
Wow.
Yeah, I have 6 brothers.
Any sisters?
No.
No. Wow.
I wanted to be in the circus.
Doing what?
So I love to juggle. I can fire breathe and fire heat and stilt walk. And so yeah, I learned all that as a kid. And then I was just like, right, I'm going to go to circus
How
school.
did you learn that as a kid?
So basically, I was going through the town. I was like maybe, I don't know, like 8 years old, and then there was this clown juggling, and I went up and asked him. I just left my mum, and I was like, oh, can you teach me how to juggle? And he was like, no. So then I was really upset. So my mum bought me these juggling balls, and she said I sat there all day, and by the end of the day I could juggle. So then she used to just keep buying me stuff.
Well,
so
you clearly have a skill for it though, because I tried that and it did not work.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
So yeah, I even got my forms for circus space as well.
Really?
So I could have been in the circus instead of going to Arts Ed.
Wow.
There you go. If your career changes. You know. Can you tell people why they should come see Miss Saigon?
They should come and see Miss Saigon because it's an absolutely epic musical. It's like a Broadway West End show on tour around the country, and like we know that for a fact. Like this is the show that was on Broadway. They've brought it here, and it's just beautiful. Like it's got a beautiful story. It's relevant to the world we live in today, and the music's incredible.
Anything to add?
Well, Ashley's just took everything that I was about to say. So, you get to see this beautiful man singing lots of beautiful songs. So if that's not good enough reason, I don't know what is.
So, this game is called The Movie in My Mind. Basically, It's charades.
Right, okay.
But musical theatre. And I didn't have a bowl, so we've got sunglasses case instead because
Right.
I was not prepared. They're all musicals.
Wait,
so
maybe you go
hopefully
first. I haven't played charades in a while, so I'm not sure I know. One word. Hairspray.
Yay!
Who was
I know that one. Oh, right.
2 words. Sweeney Todd.
You
Yes.
guys are too good. I should have done harder ones. That's definitely cheating.
Did I move my mouth? I think I moved my mouth.
Oh.
1 word.
Oh, actually,
Barney.
no. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you. No, I can't say it, 'cause it away.
Oh, I know what.
Yeah.
I juggled in the show.
Yeah.
Oliver.
Oh, I was like, I'm confused. I said juggling and Oliver.
In Who Am I?
Oh, there you go. It came in time of
Yeah.
Miss Houston.
Yeah, it was.
2 words. Miss Saigon.
Miss Saigon.
Oh.
It's charades, right?
Oh, yeah, I don't play this very often.
This is a very nice paper, by the way. What is this paper?
It's Laura Ashley.
Ah.
Only the best.
Well, 3 words, kind of.
I thought he was going to stand
Yeah,
up.
same.
Can I borrow your book?
Yeah.
The Book of Mormon.
Yeah. 3rd word.
Mm.
Yeah. 5. 9 to 5. Last 5 years.
Yay!
This is like we're just reading off Ryan's CV here, basically. The other show you've been in.
I've been in lots. Fancy.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. That was good. You
Yay.
guessed them all.
Yeah.
Wow, there you go. Another thing on the CV. Charades prize.
Ah.
Well, that's it. Thanks. Thanks for being a part of it.
Yeah, thank you.
very much.
Come see Miss Saigon
Yes.
in Bristol next.
Yes.
And then where else are you going?
Plymouth.
Norwich.
Norwich.
Sunderland. Bradford. So if you live anywhere near there.
Go on the
Switzerland.
website. It'll be down below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
the
You
sewer.
actually are?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a joke.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, if you're in Switzerland, go along. Thanks.
Bye.
I never know how to end. Bye bye.